Hello! What's up, everybody? So I'm going to do a book haul because I bought a bunch more books since the last time I did a haul, and I would like to show them to you because that's fun for me and maybe also for you. And I'm trying to fix this light and should have done that beforehand. Hold on. Jesus. All right. I've bought books in various places, various states, because I travel for work, and I've been to all kinds of bookshops and bookshops in my area, and I've really kind of gone a little overboard again, as I tend to do. So let's just get right into it because there's a lot. All right. Check this out. It's a Holloway House book, MIA Saigon. This one came from Eric. Eric at the Paperback Warrior did a like a little sale here on YouTube. Gave me some good deals on some cool stuff. The Day the Children Vanished. I just love that cover. And it says, the terrifying and prophetic story written before the Chowchilla kidnapping, which... I don't know, is there any connection between the Chowchilla kidnapping and this book? I have no idea. I haven't looked into it, but it sounded fascinating. Snow Kill by Ron Faust. This is another one I picked up from Eric's sale. I don't know anything about it, but it's got the swastika and a pickaxe and some blood, and sounded fun. Zytec Sting. I'd heard of this series before. The whole series was available on eBay one time for a really cheap price, and I did not pull the trigger. And I've regretted it ever since because I've never found one in the wild until now. This is book volume 2. But yeah, it looks amazing. Anything with ninjas, I'm sold. Picked up one of these Point YA books. This is one I've always wanted just because the artwork on the cover is incredible. So found a copy of that. Found another YA horror, Back from the Dead, Carol Gorman. Yeah, I read another Carol Gorman at one point, Graveyard Moon, I think. It was good. The wonderful Rob from L Space Archives was kind enough to send me this. He did a giveaway, a bunch of giveaway videos a while back, and I actually won his Brian Aldiss giveaway, but I also entered the one for this book. And he wrote a little note saying that he found this at a store for cheap, and so he thought of me and sent it to me. And what a guy, and what a channel. Go check out Rob. He's hilarious. He's the funniest man on BookTube. Kate Wilhelm, A Sense of Shadow. I pretty much always pick up Kate Wilhelm ever since Chris from Liminal Spaces talked her up. These are no longer in any sort of order, of course, but Starship Orpheus number 3. I now have the full trilogy. I don't know. There you go. Let's see. Christopher Pike's Weekend. I always pick up Christopher Pike if it's one I don't have, and this is a classic Christopher Pike book that I didn't have, and now I do. Another one from Eric. We got Red Mist. A crazed killer terrorizes LA. The city can't stop him, but one cop can. Why? Anything with like serial killer action thrillers, I'm kind of a sucker for. And I pick them up. This one was sent to me by Dave at the Vintage Paperback Reader. He sent me a bunch of books, which was very nice of him. And I have actually already read this one, but super cool to get a copy of that. He also sent me this one, Brimstone by Robert L. Duncan, which I believe he reviewed on his channel a while back, and I said something about, oh, that sounded fun. And so he sent it to me. What a guy. You should also check out Dave. Dave's cool. Dave's the man. I found this one, The Samson Strike. It just looked fun action-y thing. In a few hours, the sea will become a raging inferno as two men grapple in the deadliest showdown ever. So it sounds like a fight to the death on one of those oil rigs at sea, which, sweet. Let's see. Oh, I'd heard of this series, the News from the Edge series, which I believe it's supposed to kind of look like Weekly World News on the cover. I heard of this by an account I follow on Instagram, Mike Pravet or something. He shows pictures of books, and we always joke that because every time we post a picture of a book, like we're always like, oh, I want that. Like we have the exact same taste in books. But he showed these off, and I guess it's kind of like like an X-Files type thing. It's supposed to be pretty fun. I think there are 4 or 5 of them. Sounded up my alley. So I finally found one of those. This was a cool find. This is Andre Norton's Snow Shadow. So I guess this is one of the gothic suspense, gothic romance type books that Andre Norton wrote. Andre Norton, famous science fiction writer, wrote a few gothic romances, and I happened to find one for cheap. So that was cool. A horror book, The Prophetess. I actually picked this up for someone, and they already had it, which means I get to keep it, and I'm totally okay with that because it looks awesome. When she opens her beautiful mouth, you'll learn the true meaning of terror. Whew. Yeah, you will. I found this L. Ron Hubbard, The Slaves of Sleep. I don't know what to say about that. So, if you've watched my hauls before, I'm always trying to find this full series, this Mystic Rebel series, because it looks incredible. So I found another one of these, and I think I only need one now to have all 5 or 6, I can't remember. But look at that guy. Woo! That is a man. That's amazing. It's amazing. I love him. I've been picking up a couple of these as well. Mind Masters. It's like a psychic guy that does battle with governments of the world. I think there are 3 of them, and I believe I have all 3 now. Let's see. Another one sent to me by Dave. I do already have this one, but I appreciate Dave sending it to me. So that'll go in the doubles bin. Finally found a copy of Hobgoblin. And I know this is not like super rare or anything. It's a horror book set in like Dungeons and Dragons, but I've seen so many people show this off, and I've always wanted it. And finally it appeared to me. So, yeah. The Terrorist Killers, Jeffrey Metcalf. I like finding these Critics' Choice books. I feel like they're not super common. And I found 2 copies of this sitting right next to each other for 50 cents a piece at like a thrift store. And I bought both because, I don't know why not. And I sent one to Nick. To Savor the Past by Irving A. Greenfield. So it looks like it's like about the Salem witch trials or something, but I think it's a science fiction book where someone goes back or something. And I also just I like this guy. He looks like he's on stage, like he's Elvis or something. I don't know. I picked up this because it looks stunning. Shotgun by William Wingate. And I looked it up later. There's a Burt Reynolds movie that was made based on this book. Nice blue text block. Picked up another book in this series, Wanderer. So I think I have like 2 of them now. I know there's, probably 5 or 6, but it's like martial arts in space. Oh yeah, this is number 2 in that series I showed off a minute ago. Cosmic Carnage, Starship Orpheus. Number 2. Another Christopher Pike, The Starlight Crystal. I think this is his more, I think it's like a more science fiction-y one. Cool cover, cool sparkly name. This one was sent to me by Alex over at the Bookio, which was super nice of her because this looks amazing. Playboy science fiction, but Ray Russell, I know, wrote like the Case Against Satan or something, and all the things in here say like, oh, the most amazing. He's a modern master of Gothic horror. So I don't know. And this is just the coolest. But I don't know if this is going to be more horror or more science fiction, or maybe a cross between the two. But that was super nice of her to send this to me, and I am going to probably read this one in December because I'm pretty excited about it. Also excited about this. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of this. This is the Zebra Mystery Puzzler series. And I would love to find all of these. There's like 40 something, so I probably won't, considering this is the first one I've ever found in the wild. But I love a good gimmick in a book. And the gimmick with these is that you would read the book, and then towards the end, let's see, chapter 10, and then it would say, it's your turn to be the detective. Write your answers here. Like, have you solved the mystery? Who do you think did it? And then you flip through, like, the ads, and then the last chapter, as you can see here, would have been sealed shut when you bought this new, and you would have had to literally cut it open to read the last chapter to see if you were right. I think that's so cool. So yeah, I was excited to find that. This is another one sent to me by Dave at the Vintage Paperback Reader. Thank you, Dave. I did not have this one, and this looks cool because got all these skeletons and dragons. I was also pretty excited about this one. This is one of these like Belmont Tower books, which I don't find super often, these really old ones. Bad Guy by Nicholas Brady. I mean, this just looks amazing. So cool looking. Nick over at Hyde and Reed sent me these. Lord Valentine's Castle, Madripoor Chronicles, and Valentine Pontifex, which is the full trilogy, which is cool because I've always wanted to read that series, and now I have it. I think he sent it to me to be a little cheeky because of my Silverberg video, but that's okay. Thank you, Nick. Yeah, let's see. Found a couple of the Shivers books, which I've been doing audiobooks for. This is one of the later ones that I didn't have. Also just found one of the Give Yourself Goosebumps books, which I'm always excited to find. Let's see. I'm so stoked about this. Eric from the Paperback Warrior showed this off a year ago maybe in a video, and I've had it on my radar ever since, just really wanting it. And he ended up selling books on YouTube, and this copy, his copy, I bought it. And yeah, the earth cracks open to trap the super rich in a cataclysm of terror. I'm just like obsessed with the cover art, obsessed with the idea of a bunch of rich people falling into the earth. I mean, that has to be bumped up on the TBR. Found another book in the Last Ranger series, which I've heard is just batshit insane, and I'm very excited. I don't have the full series yet, but I do want to read that pretty badly at some point. Let's see. I found this breeder. I don't know anything about it. I just saw the cover and was immediately like, well, that's coming home with me. It's like this guy standing in a bong or something. And there's like a desert and just all these cool colors. I don't know what's going on, but it's mine. And then somebody, one of you beautiful, beautiful people out there, sent me Barforama's The Great Puke Off. And oh, my heart is truly touched because I love being the guy that receives mystery Barforama books. I'm really not sure who sent it to me, but you're incredible and you're beautiful, and thank you. Because look at that. It's amazing. Yeah. Let's see. I got the second The Takers book, which I picked up the first one. I've been wanting this series for a while. I think there are only two. I could be wrong. There might be a third, but this is like just a blatant Indiana Jones ripoff. I found the first one at Pulp Fest and just found the second one. Looks absolutely stunning. I'm so excited to have that. Let's see. Cade, #1. If I see Gold Eagle and I see #1, I'm kind of a sucker. But I don't get the ones that are like strictly war or something like that. But I found this one and I was like, oh, what's this? And then it says, America in the 21st century, a dark contrast of decaying cities, outlands ruled by roving bands, and chemlands populated by mutants. And as soon as I saw the word mutants, I was like, okay, I'll take that. I'll take that home. I found this one because, as I've mentioned before, I just kind of like climbing stories. I like climbing books and climbing movies. I don't know. So it's just like an old climbing book. Sold. This looks stunning, which again, Belmont Tower. The Antenna Syndrome. First off, the art is amazing. I want a tattoo of this guy. I do. In a future shadow world, perhaps tomorrow, beware the insects. Oh, man. Okay, hold on. I'm not going to read the whole back, but it says like, there's this part right here. It says, among the clues Savage discovered were paintings of giant insects done by the missing girl, a swarm of bees the size of beer cans, several dead bodies with the heads neatly removed. Dude, amazing. Let's see. I found Babysitter's Nightmare by Kate Daniel. 90s YA horror thriller thing. I found another MIA Hunter book. Now I actually have #1 and 2. This is one of those series that, like, it's more war than action adventure, and I'm not really into the war books, but I found it. Also grabbed this, Lords of Atlantis by Wallace West. It just looked kind of weird and obscure, from like Airmont publisher. And then I hit up Jake from Pulp Mortem and I was like, have you heard of this dude? And he was like, yeah, I did a review on it. You asshole. You don't watch my channel? Anyways. I found this one. Loyalties. I just like the cover. Also, is that Epcot Center behind him? Is this going to be like... someone's going to call me an idiot. It's not Epcot Center, I'm sure. But I just like the cover. Yeah, something about Thailand. Damn it. All right. Another one of those like murdery, I don't know. It's like not horror, but it's thriller, suspense, the chilling novel of a child's ordeal of terror. I don't know. I found this Michael Moorcock book and I picked it up because it had a dinosaur on it. I honestly don't know anything about this book other than I like the dinosaur. I showed this one off on my Instagram, but it just... Prime Objective by Paul Mann. First of all, you got a guy riding a jet ski through a tunnel. So I was already going to buy it. And then you got this like this wiggly water text. It's amazing. Found The Devil's Cat by Johnstone for like $1 or $2. Yeah, I've heard this series is just insane. And oh god, there's still more. This is awesome looking. Again, I'm so into treasure hunting type stuff. Atlantis Fire by Gary Goshgarian, and I actually have another book by Gary Goshgarian, which is a horror book called Rough Beast. So cool. He wrote, I guess, multiple stuff. I don't know if this is going to be... I don't know. The earth itself perhaps shaken by the golden bull god of Atlantis. I don't know. Is it adventure? Is it horror? It's probably adventure, but... Code Blue by Charlotte White. I just liked the tagline. She came to the hospital for protection and instead found terror. I don't even think I read what it was about. I just saw the tagline and was like, yoink. This one was in like the 3 for $1 section at a store, and I'll pick up anything from Mel Odom, homie Mel Odom. So yeah, 33 cents or whatever it was. I found a Charles L. Grant science fiction book. Charles L. Grant, kind of the king of quiet horror, did some science fiction. And so I was pretty stoked to find that. I found whatever this is, Fire Brats #2, Survivors, which looks amazing. I guess that's another series I'm gonna have to find. This is another one that was in the like 33 cents. Or God, I'm probably doing my math wrong. I need to stop. That's right, isn't it? I don't know. 3 for $1. The Power. This is like a 90s YA thriller series, and this is number 8. And I don't know if they need to be read in order or not, but I grabbed it. And Survival Run, which looked amazing. Now a major motion picture, which I probably need to watch. Death on the Desert. Another one of these, like probably not horror, but close enough for me. A Nightmarish Tale of Psychopathic Violence, Toyland by Mark Smith. Very cool. This just looked amazing. Flight to Terror by Michael Elder. It has the word terror. It has the word horror. It has a giant crab in space. It came home with me. And yeah, another one. The Harbinger. It was a house, just a house, but something shared it with them. Something old, something evil, something with a hunger for blood. I kind of like finding these books that are like probably thrillers, but look close enough to horror that I'm like, it could just be a marketing thing. And so I'm always excited to find them because they're usually not in the horror section and not priced like a horror book, but like could have been a marketing thing, could be very horror, I don't know. Steve Shagan's Vendetta. So I really like this cover enough to pick it up and read about it. And it's one by one, the X-rated queens and kings of Hollywood are being murdered. Sex kitten Candy Lane is the first victim of the faceless killer, whose calling card is a Valentine drawn in cocaine. So it's about this like cop who's hunting a porn star killer. Cool. Pick this one up in the 3 for $1 section because Ira from SF Words of Wonder reviewed this and had good things to say about it. Pick this one up in the 3 for $1 section. No, I didn't. That's a lie. It was $1. But Barry Malzberg's books are pretty sought after these days. So I snagged it. Here's number 3 in the Mind Masters series. I think I showed off one already. This one looked pretty cool too. This is Earth Has Been Found. This looked like some pretty good like trashy sci-fi horror type thing. I love the purple and blue on this cover. Victims by Dorothy Unack. And it says on the front, a police thriller. But that's fine. I like the cover. I'm okay with police thrillers. This looked great. Ship of the Damned, 5 pleasure-bound Americans and the act that exploded their secret lives. Cool. Cool. Stoked to find this, Act of Love by Joe R. Lansdale. I've never found one of the zebra fruit stabbed with a knife books. They had a lot of these where the covers were just like various fruits being stabbed. A lot of them are fairly sought after now. So, and then I found another Joe R. Lansdale right next to it, Cold in July. I picked it up. I don't know anything about it, but it's got a movie reel. I'll pick up anything movie themed. Another Shivers book I didn't have, The Mystic's Spell. There's more. Don't go away, guys. Don't go away. I found Domination by Michael Sicilione. Alex and I at the Bookibus read Michael Sicilione's Thirst as a buddy read, and I really enjoyed it. And so I found a different Michael Sicilione book and obviously had to pick it up. So that was an exciting find. Let's see. I found, I didn't know anything about these. The Girl from Uncle magazine. They looked like kind of these spy digests. And they were $2 a piece. So it felt wrong to leave them behind. And yeah, I don't know. I couldn't even open them because whoever did this, like, just it's like they put them in a bag, like a Ziploc bag, and then just scotch taped, not scotch, whatever, packing taped all over them. So I'll need to open those. Yeah. And then, let's see here. I found one of these for 25 cents, Monsterville, which is actually a pretty obscure 90s horror series. I mean, it's not in perfect condition, but I was kind of blown away to find that for a quarter. And then this was also in the quarter section. Looks a little newer than the type of horror book I'd usually pick up, but it's, I know Tamara Thorne. I've never heard of this one before. And it was in the 25-cent section. That's cool. Get these out of this bag. All right, this is the last of it, all right? So, chill. I found this trap line. Yeah, I mean, I didn't even need to read what it was about. You got a bloody fish hook, so I'm buying it. The Birds and the Bees. I think this one was also, I can't remember if this was a quarter or not. But yeah, just a leisure horror book, and it was cheap. Female writer, maybe about scary bees. Cool. Oh, that's a gift for somebody else. This one was also cheap, and I've seen this cover before. I was pretty excited to find this. Maniac, Stuart Friedman. What an amazing cover. Yeah, it was $1. And then this is the last stuff I'm going to show off. I was excited about this. I found a book called Photon Number 4 ages ago. It was probably in one of my last hauls. And I looked it up because it looked like it. Well, here, I'll just show you. I found the whole series. I left number 4 behind because I already own it. But I found number 1. No, that's number 5. Learn to read, Brian. Number 3. Number 2. And number 1. So this series, judging from this photon thing, and it's something that says like the ultimate game on planet Earth, I was like, this has got to be tied into something, but I couldn't quite figure it out. And someone in the comments mentioned that it's tied into like a brand of like a laser tag place or something. from like the 80s or 90s. There was like a laser tag place called Photon, and that's incredible. Yeah, obsessed, and I was so excited to find that full series. So that's it, guys. That's it. That's all I got. And woo, I need to stop. But it was fun, and I hope I showed you some things that you also think are cool and maybe weren't on your radar. And oh shit, there was one more book I found, and I was going to show it off, but I'm reading it right now, so it's sitting somewhere else. And it is kind of a dinosaur book, and I'm going to try to get it knocked out and put out a review video for it before November ends, for Dinovember, so I can actually be a host who participated. But I mean, I've been reading dinosaur books all month, so I'm participating. Anyways, that's it, guys. Thanks for watching, and have a good one.